back to all things Contessa 26. It's been a few weeks. I've closed up a few jobs. Now I'm going to give myself a couple of months on the boat, hopefully. Today I'm going to only do a quick video. It's probably only going to be a 6 or 7 minute edit by the time I've finished. But I'm just going to attempt to undo some of the deck furniture on the back end, climbing in underneath and trying to do it solo, which is always going to be a problem if you haven't got a mate to hold nuts and bolts on the inside. There's a few good videos out there how to get them off, but sometimes you can't just beat a set of mole grips, good pair of mole grips and a good ratchet screwdriver, you know, little hammer screwdriver that works, or some of the big stuff. So today I'll try and make it a bit more interesting than grinding down the top deck. There's days and days worth of work of that, and I'll catch up with that when we're closer to laying some matting. Okay, for some of you that might be interested, I'll just show you a little bit of the setup I've got going on here. I've got a simple little Honda generator giving me 240 volts. I've used a lot of cheap tools on this job. I've got some great tools for my business, but the majority of stuff is it's like sort of throwaway items. Once you've used it, it's going to have very little life left in it. It's going to go in a bin. It costs you relatively nothing. Orbital sander, a big old belt sander, a grinder obviously, and I'll go through a couple of these. I think I've got a good Makita set here, worth its weight in gold up here. Powered screwdrivers, just a cheap air compressor, clearing stuff out, that works really well. It's only 70-80 quid on marketplace, so you really don't need top of the range stuff to be getting going. I've got my Honda generator, my trusty Honda generator. Got a little LED light for late at night and evenings, my GoPro kit get up, and of course the boat, and all the decking that I've put around the boat is all just scrap wood I've picked up here, there and everywhere, and I use the old chop saw to make my staging. It's working out quite cheap and really effective. So wish me luck. I'm going in for the first nuts underneath the handrail, the guardrail, connecting bracket, fixing bracket. Don't know what to expect. I'm going to try and undo the nuts and then go to the outside and undo them with a screwdriver. I've been in here once because there's a set of mole grips up here. Let's see if I can loosen the bolts. Before I'll do it with the screwdriver. So there's so much paint and corrosion on the nuts and the threads that turning the nut on the inside is just simply turning the screw. So me's going to have to think outside the box here. The thing that immediately springs to mind is get a grinder in there and cut them off. Otherwise I am going to be there a day. I will be there days trying to undo them and taking the slot out of the screw with a large screwdriver on the outside. And there you can see them. I'm going to try and get in there with the grinder, but it is really tight. I can get in there, but it's if I can get an angle on the underside to make a difference. Okay, so instead of trying to cut all the way through the nut and the bolt, what I've done is taken the edge, the side off of a nut. Hopefully with a small cold chisel and hammer, I can knock the nuts away. Then I don't expose it to too much of a fire hazard and dust and rubbish. So that has to be one of the most evil jobs to undertake, especially when they're seized rotten and there's no other options but to grind in confined spaces. Is very dangerous. Have a fire watchman if you can. I took a fire extinguisher down with me and I did the bare minimum of grinding to get away with what I got away with. Anyway, watch and learn. So that's about 1, 2, 3, that's fourth one, and another one there I've got to now attempt to do through the aft locker, and more cleats, a couple of electrical connectors. They're going to get discarded and thrown away anyway. I'm going to reroute and do new ones. This all shouldn't be too difficult, and I'll try and get through that today. Could actually do these with me powered screwdriver. I think they're going to come out easy enough. Nearly chopped my thumb off. I'm dealing with that. There's always one, isn't there? It might do. So this might work. This is a little bit of a top tip. A friend of mine showed me a long time ago. It might work, it might not. So you've got a stubborn one. Open up the chuck of your drill. I've got to watch my finger because I need to cut it off. It grips it. There. Then this. Put it in reverse. Use the chuck of your Makita or your power tool to pull the bad boy out. So if I can get these last two on this side done today, and this rear stay chain plate, I will then do an hour or two this afternoon. Grinding this back, removing the coverings on this one, as you can see. As you can see, it's struggling again here. Quite thick with filler and paint. So that'll be the order of the day. So me fears this one is going to be as devilish as that one and this one. I'm in confined space just inside there. I'll show you in a minute. It's a fuel tank, and I have got very little latitude to move, so I'm just hoping that these will crack and not need grinding. Oh no, that's impossible. So I'm going to try a different method on this one. I'm just going to try and take the head of the screw off and see how successful we are with this method. Not forgetting they're stainless. Okay, I think I'd benefit from a little tiny bit of oil. to note when drilling stuff out, don't just go at it super fast. You'll find a place in the drill speed that cuts at its optimum, and it's not necessarily fast or slow. It does help if you have sharp drills with you, but I think I'll nip home and get my drill box if this is successful. Okay, the drill's worst enemy is heat. Bear that in mind. You see that turning out a burr? Go. I think I'm through. Yeah, mate. Ripper. Right, there's always one. Let's see if it's this one. Winner chicken dinner. I am seriously happy with that. That wasn't too much like hard work at all. So that's this side pretty much done, I think. The support side to go. Oh, I got the rear stay chain plates or anchor points, whatever you call them. And they're right back in the corner, and that is going to be a test, so we'll see how we get on with that. So the nuts and the backing plate came off easy enough. They seem to have been protected by some kind of coating, which was handy, but the backing plate for the rear stays look a little bit flimsy, and I think I'll be upgrading them to something a little more substantial. Oh. Oh. It's the one I've been dreading all day. So it's been a long couple of hours really, just undoing all the hardware and chandlery on the aft of the boat. As you can see, removed everything from there. Got another stanchion bracket there I'm going to remove. I'm going to use that. I'm going to do that in the same way as I did the one over here. I'm going to drill down through it. I brought the new drills at lunchtime, so we'll be rounding up today in a minute, and chucking this video up on YouTube, keeping you from being bored rotten from watching me sand the top deck down. Right, well that was quite a productive day. Everything I was dreading on my own, without the help of my son or someone, has gone quite well. I did bang my finger again, my thumb, but hey ho. So let's go and have a little look, and I'll show you what we've achieved today. Is just cleats and clack off the back of the boat. Nevertheless, horrible hard day, made quite easy. Let's go and have a look. As you can see, all the stuff on the bench. Drilled, unscrewed, gone. Everything off the transom. Everything down there. The gas locker lid will come off, get repainted, refurbished, put back on. Same as this hatch. I might convert this hatch into a square one for a bit more access and change the fuel tank. But yeah, most definitely getting there with the ugly jobs. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be starting to lay up some epoxy and new matting, and then get this one Kiwi gripped, repaired and start putting back together. That hatch is going to get converted into a square one, where they're quite expensive and there's quite a bit of work, and all of this is going to get a repaint, touch up, filler, fed. Quite looking forward to it now. Finding a little bit of enthusiasm again, taking a couple of weeks off with my thumb, so I'm finding a little bit of enthusiasm again to come down onto the boat. It was daunting while it was all grinding and sanding back, but now I've got the rest of that hardware off the back here. I'm looking forward to getting amongst it. Next thing will be the winches. I've got a couple of winches, a couple of new winches, self-tailors. They're going to go on. I need to get a couple of mini ones, smaller ones, and I'm thinking of a deck top one, coach roof one, to remote everything to the cockpit from the mast. But see how we'll get on. Another video, and that's just one of my thoughts of the day. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and recommend to other people if they've got contestors or doing any boat work that might be interested and might be able to contribute. All advice and comments are welcome. I promise you everything that is written is going to be read and absorbed. All the best. Catch you next time.